Case Study Project by Jana Lorimer. Artwork done by Brianna, 9 years old. Our journey began many years ago when we found out our daughter had autism. As a dual certified teacher, I was endorsed to teach children with autism, but I was terrified because I had no training. As the years passed by, I read countless books and journals, attended seminars and classes, and also received an autism endorsement. We advocated for her to be included at the age of 3 when she began in the public school system. With proper accommodations, including an aide, our daughter progressed. The problem occurred when we had to do a military transfer to a different state when our daughter was 6 years old. I called ahead since we would be arriving for the final 9 weeks of school, and I wanted the district to have time to hire an aide. I was told in no uncertain terms, "We don't do that here." I was also told that she would be attending one of the county's autism site schools, depending on where we lived. I said, "I think that's illegal, and you have never even met her or read her records." She said that even if the IEP team decided to allow her an aide, it would take months to hire one. The phone call ended abruptly, and the advisor told me to fax her records in immediately. Little did I know that intense phone call would change my life and my perception of the school system forever. This is where my case study begins. We are about to move again. It has been a little over 3 years since then. We have been through a lot of bad and good. My goal is to avoid the conflict and skip right to the collaboration for our next move. To do this, I need to reflect. Besides, all I ever wanted was to collaborate in the first place. What could I have done differently that first call? What was my frame of reference, and what was hers? Your frame of reference is a central influence in how you interpret the messages you receive. Friend 220. I am a huge inclusion advocate, so my frame of reference is there is no other place my daughter should be than the general education setting. Her frame of reference is possibly students with autism are better off in a segregated classroom/school so that all of the service providers can be in one place and save the county money. A major cause of conflict is because people have different goals. Friend 297. The phone call was the beginning of the conflict. I could have used some effective communication strategies that I learned in Chapter 9, such as silence instead of bringing up potential legal matters. Silence allows others to pause and think through what they are trying to communicate. This often enhances the quality and meaning of their message. Friend 237. When I said, "I think that is illegal," she may have taken my statement as a conflict of power by perceiving I was threatening the county school system. Friend 298. Besides, I would soon know more about the laws and the way the system worked than I ever really wanted to know, possibly because of this initial phone call. So what happened after the phone call? To make a very long story short, they failed my daughter after 10 days of school, unless I was willing to let her go to the site school. Major stressors for families of elementary-aged children are clarifying family goals, deciding appropriate services, and deciding on placement in self-contained, resource, or general education settings. Friend 193. After I got tired of feeling ganged up on with a 26-member team against me and being called borderline abusive for wanting my daughter included, 2 lawyers and 2 advocates joined my team, and soon a stay-put placement was put on my daughter until we could go through due process. The story only gets crazier and more unbelievable, but I need to get on to the main part of my case study. We eventually changed schools in the district, and life changed. We now had a new team, except for a couple of county reps. I said I wanted to start again. No lawyers, no excess people, etc. Collaboration began for the first time since we moved. 1 school year and 9 weeks, and 1 due process hearing after we arrived. Regardless of the setting or structure, successful collaboration relies on effective interactions among those involved. Friend 211. Here are some of the ways we have successfully collaborated as a team this year. Daily logs for open, ongoing communication. Our daily communication log was created collaboratively so it would be informative and time efficient. Draft Individual Education Plan, IEP, given several days beforehand for me to review and prepare notes in advance for discussion. I'm also less likely to offend the writer of the IEP because they have given it to me in advance for feedback. This also speeds up our meetings because I know what is going to be discussed. Draft Functional Behavior Assessment Intervention Plan, FBIP, to review before the meeting. By receiving a draft FBIP, it allows me to understand what behaviors the school feels we need to work on. I can review the data and even make suggestions to help or give my thoughts on problem behaviors occurring. Actual IEP, 33 pages. Actual finalized FBIP. Occasional happy notes to share the successes. I occasionally send the teachers, OTs, SLPs examples of her progress with happy notes. I want them to know that I notice how hard they are working and that their efforts are paying off. Sometimes they send me happy notes too. We celebrate the successes together. Sometimes our daughter has gotten referrals for tantruming and inappropriate behavior, and I receive notes and a phone call. This new team is amazing because instead of stating, "This is what she did," they ask, "How can we prevent this behavior in the future?" They ask for my advice and want my input. Yay! Maybe they have been reading Chapter 11 of our text for ways to use questions effectively. Our due process appeal was finally dropped by us after a little over 2 years because this school agreed to let her stay and worked with us, not against us. Our daughter even received AB Honor Roll this year for the first time. She also received outstandings for conduct. What a difference effective collaboration makes. I have learned how to effectively collaborate more during this class and my experiences over the last 3 years. I realize now I have a competitive style with dealing with conflict. I can use what I have learned from the text about statements, questions, and nonverbal cueing, along with understanding others' frames of reference, to help me communicate and collaborate more effectively in the future. Wish me luck. I'm going to need it. Before, after effective collaboration. My reference. There's my girl. These are some of her drawings. The end.